Hey, loves. Come on in, y'all. Come on into this room. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I am here. Hey, y'all, come on in and say hi. All right, let's see if I can see some comments. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Andresha. Come on in, everybody. I see we got 10 people that have joined us. Say hello. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Demi. Let me make sure I'm facing the screen right. I am so ready for class tonight. Who's ready for class? This tutorial is it. We're about to make some fans. We have several things that we're going to go through. If you have not gotten the tutorial, if you have not purchased the templates, please make sure you go to the website and purchase the templates. I just pinned the link to the templates in the class, in the chat or comments. Hey, Christina. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Vicky. I actually teach a class every week on Photoshop. The name of my group is Design at Tiffany's. And we have a live Photoshop class there every week, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. There's a one-time charge of $35 to join the group, but that includes your first month of tuition, and then it is $25 per month. And Vicky, I just went ahead and replied to you if anybody else is interested in joining. Hey, Natasha. Hey, April. Hey, Lee. Yes, we got a few people. I still hear a couple of people purchasing the template for tonight. I pinned the link to the template in the contents in the comments. Wow. So last year I did this bundle with fan templates. It didn't include as many, but it was a great seller on both ends for me, for my clients that I customize my template for and produce the physical fans. Then also for other designers or other people who customize, who purchase my templates, they made a killing. The design is very versatile, and I'm going to show you how to customize it tonight using Design Space. I'm also going to show you how to customize it using Silhouette Studio, and also show you how to customize it using Photoshop. I am actually going to print and I actually printed and cut my designs using my Cricut Maker. You know, I honestly don't use the Cricut or the Cameo to design with. I just use it to cut. I know some people say Silhouette Studio with Cameo is better to design with, but I like the way the Cricut cuts better. It is much more precise to me. So that is my favorite machine. I had the Cricut Air Expression, and now I upgraded last year to the Cricut Maker. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Jolita. Yes, Natanya. My sis LaDonna teaches an Affinity designer course. So it's Donna Affinity Designs. I don't teach anything with Affinity. Now, a lot of my Photoshop templates, you can open in Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, but I do not teach how to use that service. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Hey, Alexa, come on in, everybody. Hey, Pamela. All right, y'all. If those of you who that really know me, can y'all guess what is in my cup? Okay. This is my nice little tumbler that I made. But those of you who know me, where my hive at? What's more than likely in my tumbler? Okay. So, and if I'm gonna wait a few more moments, I'm gonna give everyone until about 7:15 to join the class because I will not be reviewing anything. I am going to leave this video posted in this group. So anyone who purchases these templates, anybody you refer to, tell them to join the group. I'm also going to put the information in when you purchase. I'm going to leave these tutorials up so that you know how to use it. We will continue graduation month. Next week, I'm going to do another tutorial. I haven't decided what it's going to be, but it will be related to graduation. All right, Natasha, Jolitha, and Christina. Yes, it is lemonade, but I know Blackberry was my favorite, but now Publix finally came up with the strawberry lemonade, y'all. What? I love Publix strawberry lemonade. I'm addicted. All their lemonades, but my two favorites are blackberry and strawberry. Okay. All right. So I am so excited for the weekend. First of all, because it's the weekend, and also my son is going to Saturday school, so that's going to help him catch up on some of the work he is behind on. COVID has been hard for everyone, including our children, and I have refused to send my son to school. So he has been homeschooling since last March. So he is struggling a little bit, but I have a friend that owns a tutoring service. Shout out to Amber Woolfolk. She's a member of the group in Solve Tutoring. If you live in Georgia, whether you're in north of the city or south of in the south, she has a tutoring center for you. So he will be there tomorrow in Saturday school recovering. And then on Sunday, I am actually teaching a class called Secure the Bag. This class will show you how to drop ship and become a reseller and create all types of travel bags. It is posted in the group. That class is Sunday at 4 o'clock. If you can't make the live class, it will be available for playback as well. Every class for graduation, do you also make and sell templates? Yes, I pinned the link to purchase the templates that I will be using tonight, Alexa. So you can go ahead and purchase them. Yes, Jolitha, one of my Hive members. Design at Tiffany's is my paid group, and the members and myself, we make up that hive. Okay, Design at Tiffany's Hive, and we are all that and then some. Natasha says, my daughter has been home since last March as well. Yeah. Ooh, hey, Latrice. My son is graduating this year. Awesome. So the pictures that I am using and that I use for the fan are of my daughter, my beautiful, wonderful daughter. She actually graduated in 2017, and I still enjoy using her pictures. My bonus daughter is 29. She graduated from Georgia State. My daughter did graduate from Georgia State, and then we have a son, and he is 14 and in 9th grade. So he is dealing with COVID, and he is a freshman. It's a lot. All right, y'all, it is 7:15. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm ready. I'm excited. Okay. So I am going to start with the easiest way to customize these files, okay? So I'm just gonna show, no, I'm not gonna do that. Everyone should know how to download the file and double click on it to uncompress it or unzip it so that you can actually get the folder contents, okay? So there are quite a few folders in there. You have a folder that has your Photoshop templates, 5 in there. There's also a folder that has your PNG files. That is also divided further into gold, red, and silver. They each have 5 files inside. And then you have your SVG file. Hey, Pamela. Ooh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so we are going to start with Silhouette. We are not doing the SVG in Silhouette. We are just going to open the PNG because everyone who has the Silhouette Studio can open PNG files. If you do not upgrade, you cannot open SVG files, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and show you the easiest method using Silhouette Studio, which is to upload or open the PNG file, okay? So y'all are gonna have to bear with me because I only use Silhouette to cut. And it is not my go-to, but I do know how to show you how to use my template. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so let's see. Just gonna go ahead and open. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I had that up and share my screen with my Silhouette Studio. Okay, so I have Silhouette Studio opened up. And you know what? I think I have these files saved as Silhouette files as well, which really doesn't matter. It's still a PNG. But any event, wait, let me bring up my cell phone so I can see everyone's comments, because once I share my screen, I like it big. So it's still a PNG, but any event, okay. All right, we don't have any questions at this point. All right, so I'm gonna go File, Open, and I am going to navigate to the folder where I have my files. And if you look in here, I go to my 2021 graduate fan files, double click. There are 3 folders in there. Gonna go to the PNG and open up gold. Double click, sorry about that. And I'm going to click or open the fan PNG file that I want to use. Okay, so if I go to my page setup, you'll notice that I have my cutting mat at 12 by 12. My media size is 8.5 by 11. I usually make these fans about 6.5 or 6.75 width, and then like 9 inches height. So I print on letter size. Of course, you can make them a little bit bigger if you want, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and click here and add my registration marks. Okay, I did that in my page setup. I'm gonna go down to the transform panel and I'm going to select the file or the image, and I'm gonna go ahead and size it to about 6.5 Uh-oh. Before you do that, make sure the lock is locked, not open, because you want your width and height to match proportionately. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to 6.5. Then you'll notice it changes my height as well. And I'm going to hit apply. This one I might have to make a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to hold down my shift key in the mouse and kind of drag there. Forgot in Silhouette, you don't actually have to hold down shift, just to make sure it fits well within the registration marks and that I'm not going to have any problem cutting it. Yes, Jolita, I'll review the supplies after we do the design, but I definitely use photo paper. Why don't I just go ahead and do that now, actually? Stop the share real quick. So this is the paper that I use. I like the matte photo paper. Sometimes the Cricut and the Silhouette acts funny because it can't read the registration marks or the cut lines when you use a glossy paper. You can also hand cut the files. So if you want to use glossy paper, or if you don't have any trouble, whatever, but this is my preference. You can use Staples brand, Office Depot, whatever, but it is the professional photo paper, the matte, okay? And then I use this black cardstock that I picked up in the pack at like Michael's, where they sell like 50 in a pack, okay? Then we're going to use my favorite Elmer's glue rubber cement to glue the pieces together. And I like the wavy craft sticks. I get these from Michael's. I went to Joann's, they didn't have them. Michael's always has them. They have the standard shape ones and then the wavy ones. I like the wavy ones for the fans. So those are the supplies that we're going to use. Does anyone have any questions about the supplies? Okay. So back to Silhouette Studio. So what I did is I resized it down just to fit inside the 8.5 by 11. Okay, and for this design, which is template or design number 1, it is 6.184 by width, 8.726 by height. I print one sheet of the photo paper, and then I use one sheet of the black cardstock. I had no complaints from any of my clients. The fans work. We're going to put it together at the end of the class, so you'll get to see. Yeah, wavy is definitely nice for contouring the hand. Absolutely. Thanks, Natasha. Okay, so I'm sure there may be an easier way, but what I do is I just go and open the picture that I want to use. Gonna look for it. And then I just cut it and paste it. And then I just resize this picture to fit in this space. You can have it fit perfectly. You can have it without any white space, just depending on the proportion of your picture. Once we get to design space, which I'm more comfortable with, and also with with Photoshop, I'll show you how to clip or slice. I know you can slice in here, but for those of you who have Silhouette, who don't know how to slice, this is a very simple way for you to customize. Okay. So there, now you can go ahead and add the name on there if you want. you can add it up here in this little space using the type tool, text tool. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but you can do that. And then what I do is I drag and click and get everything, and I group it together, okay, which is Control or Command G. So I group it together, and then you go to the trace panel. You're going to select trace area, and then you're going to click and drag to make sure you have the full picture covered. So now for threshold, I'm trying to fill this whole thing in. So I'm going to go here, bump the threshold up, and I'm going to trace outer edge. Okay. So I always make sure it's there, and I can put it back by hitting Command Z or Control Z to make sure it's right in place. Now that I have it customized, I'm going to go ahead and print it. So I use my shortcut, which is Command P or Control P, or you can go File, Print, and I am going to print it. Okay. Once I print it, I am then going to send it to my Cameo. Sorry, send it to my Cameo to cut it. So I hit send, and I use plain cardstock. I don't have my Cameo connected, so sorry about that. So it says unavailable, but once I have my settings correct and my Cameo is connected, I'm gonna hit send, okay? So after I do that, I'm going to go back to design. I'm going to go into my page setup, registration marks, and I'm going to turn my registration marks off. I am then going to once again hit send, and this time this is going to allow me to cut my cardstock, which is my backer paper, in the exact same size as my fan, okay? And then you're going to get 2 pieces. Let me show you guys. After you do this, you're going to get 2 pieces. Your front and your back, so it's not double-sided. All right. Do we have any questions about how to customize, then print, and then cut the fan template using Silhouette Studio and your Cameo? The same steps apply for any of the fan designs that you use. As I said, there are 5 of them. All right, so my hive knows I need some hearts, I need some interaction. We just reviewed 1 out of the 3 ways that I'm going to show you how to customize your fan. We also reviewed 1 out of the 2 ways that I am going to show you how to cut your fan. So if everybody is with me, give me some hearts. I like purple hearts, I like yellow hearts, but please show me some love. Let me know that y'all are with me. Give me some interaction, y'all. Come on now. This is exciting. Like, I know y'all are paying attention, but come on. Thank you. Show me some love. I love the hearts. Not being picky, but I like purple and yellow hearts. Hint, hint. Come on, y'all. Thank you. All right, all right. Okay. So is the first cut on the photo paper. Absolutely, Vicky. So when you send it to your printer, you put the photo paper in the printer. I do not use regular cardstock to print my fans on. I use photo paper, the matte kind that I showed you, and you see how vibrant it is. Okay, it's very, very vibrant when you use photo paper. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, so now I am gonna jump to Photoshop, and I'm only gonna jump to Photoshop next because I want to finish up in Design Space. And then, because I wanna show you how to customize it in Photoshop and then bring it into Design Space to cut it, okay? All right, all right. So let me make sure I have my Photoshop open. It should be, because I had it open earlier. Okay. So Photoshop. So for those of you who are interested in learning Photoshop, I teach a Photoshop class once a week, every Wednesday in Design at Tiffany's. It is a paid subscription, $35 to enroll. One time includes your first month, $25 a month afterwards. That's only like $5 a class because I teach 4 classes. Well, some months it's a little more, some months it's a little less, okay? But it is so worth it. So if you like what you're gonna see here, and this is just using templates, I actually teach you how to use templates too, but also to create from scratch, from nada, okay? So I am going to go ahead and pick another design. Let's see, what did we do? All right, we did that one. So if you are using Photoshop, then you know how to open a Photoshop document. I'm not here to get a Photoshop, how to use it lesson. I want to show you how to use the template. So you open up the template. When you open it up, you'll notice that it has 3 layers, the backing layer, the top layer, and the picture layer. Okay, so with Photoshop, the possibilities are absolutely endless. Endless. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just gonna turn off the top layer, the picture layer. So we can customize this template using layer styles very, very easily. So my daughter went to LSU. Let's say your child was going to, let me see, let me pick a logo that I have because I want to show you guys how to pick colors. Okay, so this is just the design that I did for the Rattlers. I'm only bringing this in here because I want to show you guys how you can customize based on a picture that someone sends you, okay? So say you have the colors, you have the school logo. You bring that photo into your document, into your window, and now I'm going to double click on the backing layer. When I double click, it brings up a dialog box. It brings up the layer style dialog box. So I'm going to scroll down here to color overlay. I'm going to click on it. So it changes the color. It's going to use the color that you last used when you was in Photoshop. To change it, I just simply click on that layer to highlight it, and I click on the square or the rectangle with the color. So when I click that, I get a color picker. I can choose a color from here to customize it, or I can use my mouse and click on a portion of this image. So I'm going to click the green. So now my backing layer is the green color, and I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to do my top layer. I'm going to do the same thing to the top layer. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to click color overlay. It's automatically going to put the last color on it, but I'm going to highlight the layer or the tab, click the box, and move my mouse to my picture to the green color. And when I do that, I'm going to hit OK and OK. I can get rid of this picture now. And now I have customized this template. If you guys do not know how to use Photoshop, then I'm not going to teach you how to use it in this class. What I'm doing is very simple, okay? And I'm not trying to be like that, but this is for people who know how to use Photoshop, who have some knowledge of it. I'm also going to show you how to do the same thing using Design Space, okay? All righty, so we have the Rattler colors. I'm now going to click on the picture layer. The picture layer is where you can pick or put the picture of your graduate. Now, obviously my daughter did not go to FAMU, but I'm still gonna use her picture. So in order to bring her picture in, I'm gonna go to the main menu, I'm gonna hit File, I'm gonna go Place Embedded, and I am going to navigate to her picture. And I can choose a different picture if I wanted. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down Shift. You have to hold Shift down in Photoshop. I'm gonna hold Shift down to get it to the approximate size, but I don't want all this background. So I can actually make it a little bigger because you'll see what happens. Okay. So I brought my picture in. It must be on top of the picture layer. So make sure the photo of your graduate is on top of the picture layer. Then all you simply need to do is right click on it and hit Create Clipping Mask. It is now going to clip the picture of the graduate into the picture layer. You can adjust it by hitting Command or Control T, and you can move it around in that square. Could even make it a little bigger. Like say I wanted to just crop it out totally. You can just adjust it so you get it to the size you want. I could even do something big like that. Yes, Tasha. Sherry, I'm gonna do another one in Photoshop, so just bear with me and I will open it up from the beginning so you see how to open it, okay? So now I can do so much. So I can click down, pick up my type tool, gonna type my daughter's name, select the font, any font that you want to use. I am using Boutique Script and I'm gonna make it 72 and I'm gonna make it white. White is 6Fs. And I spelled her name wrong. Okay, hit the check mark. I can even make it a little bigger by hitting Command T on the name layer and making that bigger. Okay. Something else you can do here to customize it, say you want to add an outline. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Once again, it's very simple to customize using layer style. So say I wanted to add a white border to the orange layer. So I'm going to double click that layer again, and this time I'm going to hit stroke. I'm going to highlight the layer to pick my color, and I want to do white. Okay. Just to get white, it's 6 Fs right here. Hit OK. And I'm going to make the stroke a little bit bigger. I could even double click and add a stroke to the backing layer if I wanted to. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Okay. In the layers panel, you can turn the eye icon off and on to just see how it will print, how it will look. Okay. So once you are satisfied with the customization of your fan, I would save it. I would go File, Save As, because you don't want to save over your template. Pick a name, save it where you want, okay? Once you save it as a Photoshop document, you can go ahead and then export it. You can go File, Save, not export, because exports are different. So I'm going to do the simplest way, File, Save As, and you just navigate down to PNG. Okay, save it wherever you want to save it. Okay, and that's it. I'll show you how to get this and open it up in Design Space. Or at this point, you can say, you know what, I'm just going to cut it by hand, and you can cut it by hand here and cut your cardstock, line it up, cut them both together, or cut one first and then trace the other one and cut it out by hand. If you do not have a cut machine, you can still make these fans by cutting them out by hand, okay? All right, so I'm gonna show you how to customize one more fan in Photoshop, and then we will move to Design Space. So I'm gonna go File, and so when you open, let me close that, don't save. So when you open Photoshop up, you should have something called the welcome screen. So you can either hit open here, or you can navigate up to your top menu and do File, Open, okay? So when you do File, Open, you navigate to where you have stored your files. I am going to pick a Photoshop. Okay, so that's how you open up the template from the beginning. You open Photoshop, and then you do open from the welcome screen and find where you save the file, or you do File, Open from the main menu, and you open up the design file. Let me see what questions we have. Thank you, Christina. Okay, so once again, you will have 3 layers when you open up the template: the backing layer, the top layer, and the picture layer. And let me tell you, you don't have to use these designs to create fans. You can put this on a yard sign, like a flag, like a 12 by 18. You can print it. You can turn off some of the layers if you want. You do not have to put these designs on a stick. You can use it as an invitation. There are so many different ways to utilize these designs. Okay, so let's see. Let's customize based on a picture again, because I feel like that is what is going to happen the most. So I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded, And let's see. Oh, Southern. Let's see. I think I have their logo. No, I have some NFL logos. I was gonna do the Steelers, but I'm not gonna do the Steelers. I'm not. Let me just do the Falcons, show the hometown some love. Okay, so say they gave you another logo and you're gonna pick the colors off of there. So once again, you double click the layer to bring up the layer style dialog box. I'm gonna click color overlay. I'm gonna click on the color. I'm gonna click on the tab to highlight it rather, click the color box and move this over. It's gonna do the black for the back, okay? Hit okay. Do the same thing for this layer. Gonna hit color overlay, highlight, and click the red color. Okay. So we know how to do this. This is the easiest way to customize in Photoshop by simply changing the colors to either the school that the student is graduating from or the school that the student is going to. It just depends on what the family preferred. I had some both, some who had clients who did both ways actually. Okay, so let's just say I want to get rid of that layer effect. No, just throwing it in the wrong trash. That's why I'm just getting rid of the layer effects because I want to show you guys how to do a clipping mask. So say somebody or a client requests glitter. So what I'm going to do is go File, Place Embedded, and I'm going to place my glitter file. Now, some of the PNG files that I included come with glitter. I did a red, gold, and black glitter, but if you wanted to change the color, you can do that. So I'm just gonna make sure my glitter covers my graphic. I'm gonna make sure the glitter layer is on the layer that I want to clip into, just like we did the picture. I'm gonna right click and hit Create Clipping Mask. And then it's going to clip into the back layer. This top layer, gonna change the color. Well, actually, I'm gonna show you something else. You can put a gradient in here and you can customize the gradient. Photoshop gives you tons of great gradients in here. You can scale it down a little bit. That one doesn't look that good. Blend mode. I was like, what's wrong? Make sure your blend mode is on normal. Okay. So the potential is endless. Here, you can find something that you like, do a gradient, okay? Or you can do what's called a pattern overlay. Photoshop comes with tons of, oops, not that, excuse me, tons of great patterns included in there. That's a grass pattern, a leaf pattern. I think the grass looks cool. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Okay. I'm gonna turn that off and do a color overlay. Okay. The glitter is, you have to purchase your own glitter or Google some glitter. The glitter is not included, and I don't produce my own glitter. So you can find tons of glitter files. You can purchase glitter files off of Etsy. They are available everywhere. Okay, so then I am going to go ahead and bring in my picture. So I'm gonna make sure I click the picture layer, file, place embedded, and I am going to use a graduate. Let's see if I had any other pictures. I also used this picture last year. It was a stock picture I found. Make it big, and then I'm gonna right click and create clipping mask. I can adjust it down a little bit. Okay. Yes, absolutely. You can make your own pattern. You can find your own patterns. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Seriously, the possibilities are endless for customizing these fans. I know I keep saying it. Okay. So once again, when you are satisfied, file, you're going to save as. Change the name so that you don't save over your template. And then you can print it from Photoshop if you want and hand cut, or you're going to save as a PNG file. You can also merge the layers if you want after you've saved it as a Photoshop document. If you care about making your file sizes smaller or not, that's up to you. Okay, so far we have gone over 2 ways how to customize the fan templates. We have also gone over 2 ways actually, how to cut it. One was with the Cameo and the other was by hand cutting. Do we have any questions or concerns up to this point? This is my checkpoint. Let me see a couple more hearts, smiley faces, something, a bottle, a honey pot, some sort of comments. Make a comment, hit them keys, and give me a comment, y'all. Come on now. Hey, Fighter. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Latrice. Yes. I like to hear that everybody is following. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you so much. Yes, Christina, my designer bees are in here. Love my designer bees. Thank you, Demi. When I load up my photo, it had a transparency background. Is that okay? That is fine, Vicky. If it has a transparent background, then it will show the color of the white or whatever color you choose to make your square. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Tanya. Yes, I love it. All right, we 50 minutes into this tutorial, y'all. We are almost done. I hope you are enjoying it as much as I am. Thank you, Elaine. Okay. Now, we are going to get into design space. So let me make sure I have it open. Hey, Back. That's okay. I'm glad you're here. It's always better late than never. And I am going to leave this video up, and definitely it is here to help you use my templates. And FYI, I created the templates originally using Photoshop from scratch. I take my font that I want to use, and with shapes, I merge it together to create my fans and offsets and all sorts of stuff to get it to look like that. So in my Photoshop group, I do offer mini tutorials. We have one mini tutorial in Illustrator already, which shows you how to create a text-based SVG. We are going to start from the beginning with Illustrator next Thursday. So I am teaching that to my Hive as well. Thank you so much, Latrice. Thank you, Tanya. Hey, Marcy. Yes, Sharon. Thank you. Okay. So on to design space we go. Okay. All right. So we have design space up. So I'm going to show you how to customize the SVG if you are only using design space. I am also going to show you how to bring in your Photoshop design that you created into design space so that you can cut it. Do you prefer to design in Photoshop and just cut? Absolutely. I prefer to design in Illustrator or Photoshop first and only use Design Space and my Cricut or Silhouette Studio and my Cameo to cut it. And between the two cut machines, the Cricut is my favorite. I am a Cricut girl all the way. I had one of the original Cricuts with the cartridges. I had the Cricut Mini. I might still have my original Cricut. I have my Cricut Air, and now I have the Maker. So I am a Cricut girl at heart. Absolutely. Okay. So first things first, let's bring in that image or the fan that we created in Photoshop. So you click upload when you open your design space and hit browse. You then navigate to where you saved your document or your fan. So it is a large size because I want to make sure no matter how big you want to make your fan, if you use the PNG file, which is the base, or I create all the files in Illustrator at one size. So I create it big, so it's big. But anyway, don't worry, do complex and hit continue. And there you have that. So I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to select print, then cut. You can go ahead and change the name there if you want to. Some tags there and hit upload. It's going to take a minute. Don't worry, admire yourself, check your messages, sip on something. It's ready. Gonna click on that and hit insert images. I really want to make sure I get the whole picture, Sharon. Maybe you can use simple. For pictures, I was always taught to use complex, so that's what I do. So with design space in your Cricut, you can only cut 6.75. So my lock is locked. I'm going to hit 6.75 and I'm going to hit tab and it is going to size it for me. Okay. Okay, so we have it here. You can go ahead and add the name. You can add anything you want to customize it and make sure you're using, I guess, a print. I'm not sure with the text with Cricut either, but I think you can add text and then when you print it out, it will be okay. It won't try to cut it. Okay, so we have our fan sized appropriately. Click on it and we're going to hit make it. So when you hit make it, you leave everything here. Hit continue. And my device is not found, but I use heavy cardstock for the matte photo paper. I send it and it cuts it, okay? I then cancel that. Then when I am ready to do the backing and cut it out of cardstock, I simply go up to operation and I hit cut basic. And then I make it and I cut the backing, okay? You can cut larger now. Well, that's great. Obviously, I didn't do something right because my maker and my design space did not get the menu. I heard there were a few people that were having some issues with it. I thought maybe I was dreaming that I heard it had changed. I don't know what I need to do to fix that. If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know because I tried to cut larger earlier and it gave me the warning message. Nope. Not today. Yeah, see, Sharon, mine didn't upgrade to that yet. I don't know what happened. It skipped over me and said, nope, not you, not you, not you. That's okay though. This size really works for me. I don't do that much print and cut really. My fans, I don't really do that much with it. I used to cut a lot more because I'm a paper girl. So I used to be really into paper crafts, but not so much anymore. Okay. All right, so that's that. Gonna delete that. Now, I am going to show you how to customize an SVG because that type of file is also included. So I'm going to go to upload, browse, and I am going to navigate to the SVGs. Okay. Okay, so it is a cut image. I'm going to go ahead and upload that. Oh, okay. I'm not sure, but some say do not use classic, use new from update. Okay. I think some have problems and others don't. Yep, of course, I'm one of those. I'll figure it out, but thank you guys. So I'm gonna insert the images in there. I have my SVG file, which is I have it sized smaller because I was not concerned about resolution as I would be with the PNG files. You can resize this to any size and not have any issues. So if you wanted to make big signs and hold them up at graduation with your grad's picture, you can do that. Or you can make the little sign, little cutouts, doesn't matter. Okay, so when it comes in, it is grouped. So hit ungroup and then you can select the layers, okay? So I am going to click the bottom layer and then I can select any of these. I can also put in the hex code. Now, you can find the hex code to something online. Let me show you guys really quickly how to do that. Okay, so I think it was online color picker. I think that was the one that I used. Yes, imagecolorpicker.com. So what you can do is click here, use your image, and you can browse for an image and say, I wanted to do so here are the colors down here. If I click here, here is that hex code. So I can copy that. Hey, back to Photoshop. Sorry, back to Design Space. Okay, so then I simply type it, paste it over this in Design Space. And there we go. So if you don't see a color you like, or if you want a specific color, hit advanced and you can put the hex code in there, okay? Okay. So now I have my colors. Let me see if I have any questions. You said if you want to print larger, you print it SVG or PNG. No. I said when creating the files, I created the PNG files at a larger size because they are based off of pixels, and I like to start them off big instead of starting off small and trying to make them bigger, because you risk the chance of them getting blurry. It doesn't matter what size you create an SVG at, because it is a vector file. You can make it tiny or you can make it huge, and it will never lose any resolution. It will never look blurry or pixelated. Okay, so now I am going to go to upload to bring in my daughter's image or an image. I have her image right here, but what you would do is go upload, browse, and navigate to where you have your images. Let's see if I have any different. I thought I had one. Let's try simple. No, high contrast colors. No, I wouldn't do simple. High contrast colors and transparent or monochrome background. I wouldn't do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave my images with complex. This is just a copy and paste or save image from Shutterstock, so it is not big. So if I make it bigger, no, I think I put the wrong one in there. Sorry about that. Let me upload it again. Okay. This is not the best picture because it is pixelated. I'm not gonna do that. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna use my daughter's image. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and say like 5, and it's gonna make it smaller so I can kind of see my design. Now I wanna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and in order to slice, my image has to be on the top. Then I'm gonna select the shape in my picture and I'm gonna hit slice. Okay, I'm gonna turn this eye off, then turn that off, the border, and voila. My picture is sliced into the shape. You can use this to sublimate a t-shirt in the vinyl. The possibilities are endless. Absolutely. I mean, you can make it out of vinyl. You can sublimate. Like I said, invitations, thank you cards. You know, you can have this on the front, have them do a handwritten thank you note on the back. I've seen people frame them. Like I said, garden flags, endless. You could probably even epoxy this and make it into like a little chain. You could put it on a tumbler. Okay. So now I'm just gonna get rid of my slice results that I don't need. I have my design all set. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of the layers once I have it designed how I want it, and I'm gonna hit flatten. Okay, see, I still get that error message, image too large, reduce. So I gotta make it smaller to my 6.75. There we go. Now I can print then cut. So I'm gonna hit make it. And I would hit continue. And my maker is not connected, so I'm gonna hit cancel. And then once I've printed all of the fan fronts, I go ahead and why won't it let me do a basic cut? It did it earlier. So earlier when I did this, I was able to, after I did a print and cut, I was able to go up here. But you have two options. You can unflatten, turn off these, and then just go ahead and now I can go ahead and change that to a basic cut. And the color change doesn't matter because I am choosing the cardstock color I am cutting it from, and then I would just make it and cut it. Okay. Okay, there you have it, guys. So I have shown you how to customize your fans 3 ways: using Silhouette in your Cameo, using Silhouette Studio, using Photoshop, and also using Design Space. I've shown you how to cut it 3 ways: using your Cricut, hand cutting, or using Cricut, hand cut, or your Cameo. So now I pre-cut all my pieces earlier because I've learned don't try to cut on demand because it doesn't always work. So I wanted to be prepared for the class. So I print and cut my pieces earlier, and we're going to put them together. Okay. All right. So this back some. All righty. I just have some, what is this called? Tissue paper, because that's what I grabbed to go ahead and protect my desk. Take my Elmer's rubber cement glue. You do not need a thick layer. This is kind of old. I don't think I used this since last year. I have a new bottle though. It can get kind of messy. So you don't need a lot. And what you do is you're just going to put it on the back of your paper. This is, to me, the most tedious part of it. Everybody has their method. I just try to get all of the edges. Don't get any on the front. Also, this middle part right here, don't put any there because you want to have space to stick the stick up there. So do around the edges. Don't worry about if it's not perfect. And remember, leave a space in the middle. And it's okay because you want this to dry a little bit. Then you're going to do the backer piece. Make sure you put the glue on the right side. Okay. Let's see. This is the glue. It's Elmer's rubber cement. You can find it at all the craft stores. I think we all used it when we was in school. But what I found with the rubber cement is it does not cause your paper to wrinkle. It forms like a permanent bond, and you can kind of rub off any of the excess from the edges. Just be careful though with your printed side. You don't want to leave any smudges. Make sure you try to keep your hands as clean as possible when doing this. As I said, this is the most time-consuming part, in my opinion, is actually putting them together. So what I like to do is do them in batches. I can't do too many at the same time. So I do a couple one day and then I keep it moving and come back the next day and then do some then. Okay. So I have applied glue to both of my sides. See if I have any questions. Hey, bestie. There's my bestie, Amber, that I was telling y'all about earlier, who has her own tutoring business, Solve Tutoring, located in Georgia. Hit her up, hit her up. So then I put it under there and I press down firmly because I don't want to press down with my hands. I don't want any glue on it or anything. Press down. So this is the front, the back. I then take my stick. Let's leave this and let it sit for a little while. Sit for a little while. I like to fold it because I don't want any glue on the front of my fan. Just make sure I have this the right side up because I need to leave a space for my stick and I don't want to leave it in the wrong place. Do we have any questions so far? Any questions or concerns? All right. Oh, shoot. Thank goodness this one don't have the design on it because my mind just dazed off real quick and I forgot to leave the space for my stick. Okay. So that there. Oh, shoot. Gotta make sure I line this up. This one is tricky, y'all. Okay, when y'all do this fan, y'all gonna have to line the pieces up. Make sure, remember how you cut it. Mm-mm. What would you like, son? What? Okay. All right, y'all. This one is going to be off because I didn't pay attention and I don't want to take up too much time. But you have to line up this one, okay? Pay attention to when you take it off. So what I do, Christina, let's see, how much do you charge per fan? I charged $5 a fan, $5 to $7, depending on if I added anything to it, like any rhinestones, any bows, anything like that. My files won't open in Silhouette. Your PNG files, Vicky? If you're trying to open the SVG files and they won't open, you may need to upgrade, but you should be able to open the PNG files. Those are the files I just opened. Christina, are you going to use the glue on a stick? Yes, what I do is I glue both of my pieces together first, and then I add glue to the stick. Usually add a good amount to the stick. And I always make sure before I add the glue to the stick, I check and make sure my paper is not stuck together, my two pieces. Okay. So there we go. We have that space in there. So you simply take the stick, you go ahead and you insert it in there. And I got some glue on my hand and I feel it. Then I go ahead and I put it between the pieces of my paper. Make sure your stick is straight. Go ahead and squeeze the sides, like pinch it. What I usually do is get two paper clips, not paper clips, two clothesline pins and put them on here. And I got glue on this, on the front of this, and I'll show you guys. So you want to make sure you don't do that. And then in a few minutes, it will dry. And you see it's rigid. It's giving me a breeze. Here's your fan. I have a little bit of glue on the front. That's why you want to be careful. Usually you can just rub it off. Sometimes it might stain a little bit. So be careful. Work neat and clean. On the back, it'll just rub off. See? Why wouldn't you glue the stick to the paper first? Sharon, you can choose whatever method you want to glue it together. This is just my method. This just works for me. However you want to glue it together, if it works, try it. There's no right or way wrong, no wrong or right way, I'm sure. Whatever works for you. Vicky, those are the only files that would open it up in Silhouette, are the glitter ones. Those are the only PNG files. In order to open the SVG file in Silhouette, you need to have designer or higher. Okay. It might, Sharon. I'll try it. It might work easier for me. I'll try it. Thank you. So people absolutely love these. They absolutely love, love, love these. Okay. No, Vicky, you wasn't doing anything wrong. If you want to be able to open the SVG files, go ahead and upgrade your Silhouette Studio. I think I upgraded mine. It was like $25 for the upgrade or less than 50. It wasn't expensive at all. All right, y'all. Tonight was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed giving you guys this tutorial on how to use my fan templates. Once again, I know I said it so many times, but the possibilities are truly endless, okay? You can make everything with this. You will make tons of money, even if you just use it for your child, if you just craft for fun. If you have a senior, if you have family members that are graduating, get this bundle. It doesn't matter what grade they're graduating from. It doesn't have to be a high school graduate. I had clients request this 8th grade, 5th grade, kindergarten. And y'all know, because COVID shut a lot of stuff down last year, they're having these outdoor graduations this year. They having the cookouts this year. People are going to be celebrating. Get your fan template. Get it? Yes. Thank you so much, Sharon. Yes, LaQuinda, this video is staying up indefinitely. This video ain't going nowhere. I need this video for people who want to learn how to use my templates and also to grow my group. If you have any friends or family who craft and they're not in Honey Love, honey, invite them. Stop playing. What y'all waiting for? Thank you, Christina. You're welcome. Thank you. $5 to $7. They will pay it. It takes time. I even thought, shoot, I need to be charging $10 a fan until I got my process down. I don't mess with my silhouette. It's funny style. It don't always want to cut around the same edge. Never have that problem with my Cricut. Never. I use matte paper because sometimes with the glossy, the glare does not allow the cutter, whether it be the Cricut or the Cameo, to scan the registration marks or the cut line. So I use matte paper always. You're welcome. You're welcome back. You're welcome, love. Julita, you know you my boo. So welcome. All right, loves. It was wonderful. Have a great evening. And thank you so much